I forgot something to bring. Okay, going to start now. Boom. Hey, greetings everyone. Just running a little bit behind time getting things set up. Got some people that might show up today also, and they are also running a bit behind time too. So today's it's a weird kind of behind time day. So, anyways, just going to let it go for a few more moments and see if people have uh, trouble signing in and joining the stream. Hey, what's up with the video? Well, greetings. Can you see me now? Hey, Christopher. How do I pronounce your last name? Gist? Gist? Interesting. I try not to pronounce people's names from time to time because I know I just mangle them. And I can do Chris and Christopher, but usually, like when it comes to family names, I screw things up. So I try to avoid. But if I mispronounce anyone's names, apologies beforehand, and try to get it right. Let's see. Yeah, this software for streaming is still kind of new. I mean, in a sense that it's got all the controls necessary for controlling the microphone, camera, things like that. But it's got a bunch of other little things on the side. Comments, banners, things like that. So there's some things I'm not sure how to work with yet. But it's also a busy night for me today too, because let's see, because I'm also doing wants to do some prints. I got the printers going. Some of them are just now finishing. And I have a laser cutter going on right now. And I'm kind of just using my ear to kind of monitor that. And it's in the other room. Sometimes it gets quiet, but it doesn't mean that it's off. Let's see, I'm going to just check the software here. Say it's working still, but don't quite believe that. So yeah, so it's a typical night for me. I'm maintaining the machines. A small little update in the sense that for the past couple of weeks, one of the machines behind me has been offline for a bit, but I recently upgraded the hardware and I got the thing back online. So you can see it right now, just moving. I'll try to show. Guess it's about maybe by the time of the end of the stream, it'll be finished, and I can take it out and show what it's doing. And I got my zombie lab thing in the back. It's a big pile of it's a big mess, but I got the lights going on again. Figure it'll be some sort of something to see behind me from time to time. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, so it's a chaotic night right now. Everyone is scrambling to do last moment things. So the reason why we changed from Friday to Thursday is that a lot of people use or keep Friday for family time or for their own relaxation, and so they have a ritual. Like for example, hitting a certain TV show or doing a certain movie night or something like that on Friday. So we thought that, well, maybe Thursday might be a better day in the sense that maybe people can, spend more time on something that doesn't really pull them away from like family and things. So we'll try that here. Uh, it was a crazy week in terms of hunting for Joes. I noticed a lot of folks have been posting pictures and things about Walmart and those small little bitty die-cast Joe figures. And some people have been hitting a good score with getting the latest Awe Striker and his tank. And but I haven't been able to find anything on in my area. And let's see, what's this? And let's see, what's this? So it's a little distracting here too. But so where was I? Oh yeah, the Joe hunt, and of course everyone is a little disappointed with Target and the pre-orders with Target, and I've had no success with Target at the store either, other than the gray shirt Roadblock, the one with the big beard. Other than that, other little things in the action figure news that's interesting is I think it's Teco Toys had just launched their Kickstarter for like 2-inch figures. They have a line of mechs as well as figures. And looking at their Kickstarter, they seem to have some very good designs on both the mechs and the figures. So if 2-inch figures are your thing, um, then check out Teco Toys. I'll try to find a Kickstarter link and post that or something. Um, oh yeah, let's see, do the thing here. Yeah, it's South Florida where I am right now, in around the um, well, it's not quite, but it's in the Fort Lauderdale area. It's been very bad for hunting Joes since I moved here. Uh, well, maybe about 5 years ago, 7 years ago, something like that. And so Toys R Us existed back then, but it was also very hard to find Joes there. They had a lot of Star Wars, but when it came to G.I. Joe, I had wondered if the Toys R Us locations were just not going to be worth going to. I did find a few good things, but that was rare. And hey, greetings, Chad. Thanks for joining. Yeah, and yeah. So, anyways, here the targets. I already found Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, and Baroness at Walmart a few weeks ago. I haven't found anything new. I've seen people been posting Destro and someone else. I don't remember who was the other, but I haven't found that. I did find the small little, I think what is it, micro machines or something, the small little bitty vehicles. I did find those a few weeks ago, and I haven't found any more since. I only found two, and I do want to get a couple more. Partially because one day I do hope to set up something like an N-scale model railroad. And those little vehicles look to be approximately the right size. But I have to go back and compare, a little N-scale train to a vamp and kind of see if a figure were to stand up, would a figure in the vamp be the right height to the N scale door on the side of a train? So I gotta do things like that. But anyways, one of these days I hope to do an N scale railroad set. So I hope to have something like that, those little vehicles for that. And looks like hopefully Victor Garcia will be able to join us tonight. The guy who invented the VSS. And they need to connect their mic or cam. So yeah, so there's little things that need to get worked on for people to connect. It's not a good thing when I kind of surprise people. Hey, we're kind of meeting like right now. Come join us, and they have no preparation. So you can imagine scrambling for which computer, what phone, what laptop, things like that to use. I'm also waiting for 2 other DioWarrior people to show up. Hopefully, Otto would be able to make it, and also Sean. And I know Sean had to run an errand, so he's running a bit late. And keeping fingers crossed for Otto. And well, let's see what other toy-related news, action figure-related news would be interesting to everybody. This was Teco Toys. Oh, I just noticed some company is releasing 4-inch Halo figures, and I just saw a review, a video review that I posted in the DieWarriors group on Facebook, and it looks to be slightly like a head taller than a typical G.I. Joe figure. So in the video, the guy doing the review showed Snake Eyes. So it looks like a good head taller than Snake Eyes. So I don't play Halo. It's been a couple years since I did, really. Last time I played Halo, I was in Texas. So I haven't played anything since moving here to Florida. So there's a lot of information about the Halo characters that I don't know about. But from what I understand, the character, what is he, Master Chief, supposed to be something like 7 feet tall, something like that, really, really, really tall. So, assuming Snake Eyes is average height, yeah, it's a little bit on the shorter side, but it's a good size figure standing next to a Joe. So I hear that figure, that Halo figure, is available at Target in the Minecraft, or I guess you could say the Minecraft Lego area, I suppose, or Mega Bloks area. That's what it was, the Mega Bloks area. So somewhere around the Lego aisle. So check those out, and they might come in handy to add to your figure collection. And let's see. I'm just checking, and let's see. Look. Let's see. So it might be just me tonight. Let's see. I'm not sure. Let's see. I'm not sure. Yeah, so we're having some technical difficulties with people joining. So I'm going to just block that out. Okay, let's see. What else can I show? So, okay, I guess we'll start getting into the topic for tonight. Oh yeah, hey, that's a good topic here too. A DioWarriors topic specifically. Any chance on older prints being remade? First of all, any particular older prints you have your eyes on that you would be interested in getting remade? Secondly, yes. In a general sense, yes. I do intend to bring back older prints that have been discontinued. However, they probably won't be in their original style. They probably will be upgraded, so they print either faster, better, or use either the newer printers or newer filaments. So it's it's been a small evolution since we started DieWarriors on doing the 3D prints, and we started with some common PLA uh, filaments, the Hatchbox brand. From there, we eventually upgraded to other brands. We started with whatever color we could get our hands on. So we had like different colors of grays, different blues, things like that. Taking assuming that people will paint the prop. From there, we evolved into just going with gray. So we tried to standardize on a particular gray color and a particular brand of filament. Um, from there, we're now using two types of filaments. One's a specialty filament now that requires additional processing to suppress the layer lines, and we still use the gray. So we're trying to change the different technologies that we use on the props, and because of that, the props themselves tend to evolve. Sometimes I try to keep the same design, but other times, sometimes the design is just not going to work very well. One thing, I learned different techniques. I begin to optimize the way I print, so I changed the design to take advantage of the new techniques and the new ways that I learned how to do better prints. So, long story short, every time I go back to working with an older file, an older model, an older design, I'm always upgrading those and trying to take advantage of whatever new technique and new filament that I have. Also, as time goes on, we've been getting either smaller machines to do like an assembly line, or larger machines like this one here, where we can do much larger prints. And that's just one thing. I don't know if you can see that orange uh, piece back there, but that's a resin printer there. So we have two resin printers. Keep one here, keep one in Texas, and we have another one of these machines also in Texas, and another one of these machines in another room. But the idea is, different printers, they can do different things. Obviously, the resin printers, they have better and sharper details. And so at times we do use the resin printers. Um, but also the filament printers have caught up to a point where it's possible to do some of the details that we were doing with the resin printer in plastic. So the advantage of that is resin, when you're doing something in 1/18 scale, it's like a keyboard or something, it's very thin. And then, so, the details are there, but the model itself is very thin. So it becomes very breakable, and, so it becomes very brittle. So I've been trying to migrate those designs for the resin printer back into plastic because of the durability. And but yes. So long story short, the older designs that are no longer available, they will be brought back. But if you can either hear or private message me which particular models that you have your eyes on, I'll try to make that into a priority. Let's see. Oh, here's another good question. What older prints do I plan to bring back? Let's see. I think I'll go to the website. Where can I put this? Let's see. Okay. www.DioWarriors store. Okay. Let me tear this tab off and switch back to the other browser tab. And let me go to share screen. And let me go to this one, share. Okay. I need to be able to see what I'm doing. So let me do this. Okay, hold on for a second. Okay, I just received notice that the laser cut is done. Let me go and turn off that laser printer, and I'll be right back. Wonderful. Okay. I just noticed something. I think I just said laser printer. It's laser cutter. So I guess I get distracted too easily on things. So, anyways, okay. So let's see. What older prints do I plan on bringing back? Let's see. Let's take a quick look. Okay, here. Let's see. Do we go line by line? Well, one thing I do want to see about bringing back is the. Let me go back to here. This picture. Pause it. These cabinets that you see for the rack computers. I do want to bring. Got my echo. I do want to bring.
Sorry, I don't know that.
I do want to bring these back. They take time to print, and the last time this printer went offline, the last thing it was doing, I was running some experiments to see if I could cut down on the time it takes to print these cabinet things. So I do want to bring those back. There's a few other items that I do want to bring back in terms of the computers. I don't think I have pictures of those here. Let's see. Computer Tech. No, it's not here. Oh, I gotta put these in. Gotta put this in. This one. This medical cart takes a while to print because there's so many pieces. And I've just recently designed the display that's in there. But yeah, these are going to be hitting the store. These kiosk console things, they're actually pretty good. I am preparing to release these. Let's see, but bringing back, I don't see it here, but one of the two of the older computers, one was an 1980 style computer case and had like the old CRT monitor. The case kind of almost resembles something like the original IBM PC, and it's a computer that kind of resembles more of a CPM, slightly before DOS came out type of PC, and I do have that redesigned so it prints better. The last that I did with it was testing the prints on the small machines, but I got to get back to them and bring that one back because I think it's ready to be brought back. Also, another item for computer that I discontinued for a bit, and I am currently redesigning it, is the tape backup type of machine. And the reason why I want to bring this one back in particular is the style that I have on the new one looks better than the original one that I did. And it should be easier to assemble as well. Also, going into the supercomputer here. Oh, I thought I had a picture. Oh well. With the supercomputer, I have some red panels that are styrene cuts or acrylic cuts. I don't remember, but they fit into the these little grooves. So the computer has a gray red look, and I'm using the same acrylic panels for the tape backup. So you could have the old style computer case, a supercomputer. In particular, this one is style from the 1970s, and a tape backup. So it should help to flesh out a believable, computer room from around that era. And one reason why I like those particular computer styles is because these days the modern computers, thin is everything. Tablets, thin devices, basically lightweight devices. But back then, it was easy to see what was a computer. As soon as you entered into a room, you can tell right away where the computer was because it was a big, huge thing. And some of them had very interesting styles. Some of them looked really weird. So in terms of props, the old 1980 style computer equipment do actually work well with figures and things. So I want to bring those back. There's a few other items that I do want to bring back also, but they don't come to mind. Oh, actually, yeah, one of them does. Long time ago, I did the stand-up computer stuff. So they were basically boxy, stand-up computer consoles. And I do want to bring those back. I had 3 of them on a platform. So it was a self-contained little diorama piece that you could just take out to outdoors or put into a diorama set indoors. You can just take it with you wherever you go. And yeah, I do want to bring those back as well. Let's see. But like I said, if you're looking for something specific, just let me know. I'll try to make that into a priority. Okay, any housewares probably. Oh yeah, let's take a look at that. That's a good one. Let's see. Go back to the store. No, not really work supply. Sorry. Gotta go back. Miscellaneous, right? Wares. It probably wares. Yeah, well, one thing that I do want to bring back again when it comes to these types of items is the what you call it, the Potbelly Stove from like the early 1900s. You can see them on old black and white movies, especially early Three Stooges episodes would have them. Uh, Little Rascals would have them. You'll see them in the old cowboy films. It's the classic round cast iron uh, oven, and with a single exhaust tube going out. And some of them were kind of large, enough for a couple of pans, but a lot of them were just small. So I do have one of those designed. I haven't touched it in a few years, but I do want to bring those back, especially because of the cowboy line now. So if you're working on a saloon or some sort of diorama like that, a potbelly stove would work well. The cast iron pots and pans do also work well, and the coffee kettle works well with that too. So I do have these smaller ones. All I need to do is just put back the potbelly stove. So yeah, that would be a fun project to bring back. Housewares. What other housewares do I have? Go back to miscellaneous. I don't think I have anything under food. No, not yet. Old West. Well, I don't think housewares would be a spittoon, but wooden chairs would work well. The poker table. I also have a smaller table. I gotta bring back the smaller table. Is it under furniture? Wooden chairs? Yeah, no. The smaller table is like a poker table, but smaller diameter. That would work well with as a houseware also. So yeah, okay, and that should be no problem to bring back also. So I'll work on that. Hey, lab stuff. Okay, let's take a look at lab stuff. Let's see. Lab supplies. Yeah, I have to get back to using the resin printer in Texas for some of these smaller items. Like I said before, I'm going to work on this one and begin to bring this one into the store. The human brain is a difficult one to print, believe it or not, because it's small. You can imagine uh, the Boss Fight Studio skeleton, the heads there. Imagine the brain fitting into the skeleton, into the skull head there. It is a small one, but I do need to bring that back. Only had a few prints with it, but the lab stuff in particular, I need to bring that back It relies on the printer in Texas, and there's more stuff. I have to see what I have on hand as well. I do have some items in inventory. Some of them I printed with this machine, which uses the machine in orange, which uses a different types of resin than the machine in Texas. And I had some experimentation done where I had same props from the two different machines sitting side by side over time, and I saw that the one that maintained the better quality was the machine in Texas. So I do need to get more clear resin for that and print more. But I need to see also what I have on inventory, because I do have some of the volumetric flaps, for example. They have stuff on the inside. Some of them are empty, some of them are hollow, some of them have other resin on the inside. That did not cure very well. So I have to see what is sellable and what I can just throw away. So yeah, that's a good one. Also, the chemistry sets with the tubes and everything, I do want to bring some of those back. The only thing that I'm concerned about is I may have to make thicker are the stands that holds up those glasswares, because that was very thin. And the thing about resin, even though it cures when it ships out, a year or two, well, the thing about the resin is that basically the thinner it is, the easier it is to break. And I don't want really people to buy something, set it up, only for it to break on them. So I'm trying to see what options I can do to have things stronger or ships better and last longer. Maybe, for example, if I can do a thicker resin part, that would hold up better. Or maybe if I can print some of those stands with a filament printer, maybe that might work. Or maybe I can get those styrene rods, and then I can just resin print the hooks, and then just attach the hooks to those rods. So I got to see how to make something more durable. I think also on the freebie area, the chemistry kit stands are available, mostly because mostly because if they do break, instead of having the frustration of ordering again, things like that, if you have the ability to print your own, by all means, print your own. So I put some of those up on the store for free. Oh wait, thinking more latrine. Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't think I have any of that on the store right now. Let's see. Where would that be? I think in the past I treated it as an office supply rather than. Okay, so I only have the phone. I gotta put the VoIP phone back, and I gotta put the commode, the toilet, on there. I got white filament that can smooth and give that polished porcelain look. So yeah, so now's a good time. And I also have black plastic that will also smooth. So yeah, to do a commode kind of thing where you have the white porcelain and the black seat. Yeah, I got the plastics for that. So yeah, okay, I'll start putting those things back on the store. Um, the urinal as well, and the sink. I don't have the piping done, but maybe I can quickly do some sort of piping and maybe either get that done through a resin print or make it freely available. I'll see about doing that. Chemistry sets. Okay, I'll try to see about getting the ball rolling on the chemistry sets again. I might have something in inventory, so I'll take a look and see what I have and put up on the store. Oh, okay. Well, I got something. Let me see if I can find an old photo. Have you seen the old photos that I did of the toilet? It's been a while since I posted anything about that. Let's see. I got the pictures in another network computer. Let's see. Go straight to. Let's see. Is that computer on? Yeah, it is. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's see. But where would it be? DioWarrior Picture Archive. And I'll just take a quick look to see if I have a folder that identifies it real fast. If not, I'll just look for it later. It's not a science theme, that's for sure. It's not a hardware. Yeah, I may have to spend a little bit of time to look for it in my picture stuff, but it might be in the DieWarriors store Facebook page in one of the older picture galleries. Yeah, so I'll try to get something like that set up for you. Hey, with the laser cutters. Oh man, Cortana just kicked on. With the laser cutters, I may be able to do a stall or something like that. So I'll see what I can do with those things. Maybe some styrene sheets or just do it in wood for the thickness. Greetings. Hey, Emilio, if I got your name right, welcome. So, well, it's too bad. I wanted to get a few other people here, but things kind of fell through on that. But so I'm going to go ahead and move forward. Let me go back to this. So let's see if you can see this really well. This is the DieWarrior Harpoon missile system, designed specifically to fit with the VSS. I still need to do the bottom part here on this, but it would have cover for each tube. So you can remove the tube, the covers. Let's see. Yeah, it's a sturdy piece. Steps ladder on the inside. I don't know if you see the detail, but it's got little things. Next to a figure, here's so standing at the same. It's about that big. So I wanted to have this ready in time for Joe Fest this year, but since I couldn't make it to Fest at the last minute. I held off on releasing this until I had more pieces printed. So I've been printing the Harpoon System uh, this week and a bit last week as well. So I got a bunch of tubes. Done, the frames. So they're getting ready, and it is a big piece, and it takes, can you believe, just to do one. I'm doing the tubes in halves, and well, this is two of the same half, but can you believe to do one tube it takes about almost 6 hours? So I'm going really slow on the speed, so it makes the sharper details. And but so it takes about 5 hours, almost 6 hours, like 5.5 hours, something like that, 5.5 hours. So you're looking at around 11 hours just to do something like this, you know. But with more than one machine, I could just have, like two machines, each one doing a part, for example. And when those get enough, then I switch over to do the frame. Frame like this. Let me put this away. And I have a bunch of these big beams printed as well. If I remember correctly, it says I printed these a while ago. It takes like 5 hours for each. And I got a bunch of these things printed too. So the parts are basically almost all done. A lot of the small stuff is still need to get printed before they start going out on the next order run. But it is a sturdy little thing. It is possible to stack two more tubes on top, so you could have a 4-tube system. And later on, I intend to release the Harpoon missile itself. It probably won't go inside here because the wings, on the real thing, the wings fold out. And on mine, I don't have the wings folding. So, but I got little stop points on the inside. So the idea is print small little ring that fits inside, and then a person can put an acrylic rod or something like that, and have the Harpoon missile suspended on that, like as if it just launched off out of the tube. So this is the first real weapon system for the VSS. Let's see. I showed the other weapon system. I'm still I'm still developing. This is still prototype. I was working on a radar dome for this, so it fits back here. So you'll have, and I got to do the cover, but so little weapon system for the VSS there. Like most of my prototypes, I tend not to glue things together, so I can take them apart and experiment. Let's see, and what else can I show? I really wasn't counting on being the only one here. so yeah, so anyways, any other questions out there? one thing I would like to ask if you watch it on YouTube, please like and share on YouTube so to help the YouTube channel grow. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, I'm just purely asking here. Do you think it would be possible to make an order on some of the older stuff? Wait for it to get on the store first before doing something like that. We do use the ordering system very heavily to keep track of everything really, and so I don't want to break away from using the online ordering system. But like I said, just send me a private message with especially with the items that you are interested in, and I'll try to make those things a priority because I do have a lot of stuff. Okay, I have a lot of things that I have printed since starting DioWarriors. Gosh, when did I start DioWarriors? Like 2014, something like that. Um, oh, hey, look at this. I am asking myself. That's a good point. Okay, thank you. Can I do this? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Let's see. I can do this. Chat. Show. Interesting. Okay. So yeah. So getting back to this. So yeah, I do have a lot of stuff I've been making since I think 2014, and a lot of them they were great ideas at the time, and a lot of them uh, never got past the initial prototype stage. I give you a little example. I do have. Let me get rid of that banner. I do have little modular computer appliance type devices. So they could be a computer. They're all sci-fi based. They could be a computer. They could be a microwave. They could be some sort of cabinet, but they're stackable. So you can change them, change the order. You can stack them to something else. It's almost like playing with Lego. So that was a thing I was working on some years ago, and I do like the idea. Just that back then I didn't have many computers, many printers. So if I were to spend time printing them, I would be sacrificing time for something else. But nowadays I have more printers, so printing those shouldn't be a problem. I just have to get back to finish their design, perfecting their design. But that's just one idea there. I have background machinery, boilers, uh, machinery that they just look good in the background. They serve no real purpose. I don't know what to call them, except they're large. They have pipes. They have things that look good for photo purposes. So you could have them in the background. So the idea, you could have like a figure sneaking in the background, Firefly putting a time bomb, Snake Eyes sneaking in the back. You could have someone just hiding from a guard who's walking around. So these were just background machinery that looked good. So I have a bunch of those, and in different sizes. So yeah, I do have a lot of stuff that I know people are interested in. Some of them I have forgotten that I have, and I need to go through my old files and see what I have and put them onto the store. And the thing is that I do know people want them, and I need to just redesign or upgrade their designs and put them in the store so people can order them. If not, then I get a bunch of requests of doing these special items, and I'll just lose track. So to help me really to keep things organized, because I am very very I don't want to say I'm overloaded. I'm not, but it's close. To the point where I kind of wish I could clone myself or something because I got a lot of things on the table that it's being done, and so oh, let's see. So let's see. Here's another interesting. We read a lot of stuff that I want that I missed out. Yeah. Oh yeah, the nuclear warhead. Yeah. Well, I have a nuclear warhead cone, so it looks like the GI Joe Retaliation movie. The beginning of that movie where the Joe team is in North Korea and they are breaking into this facility, and there's at least one um, nuclear ICBM type cone, and I modeled something like that. So I do have a cone like that. I also have the I don't have it on hand. Well, yeah, I do. I have an older one. Let me get that. I only have one right here. So here is the original weapon of mass destruction uh, nuclear bomb thing. Actually, I think it's upside down. Yeah. So this was the original. The new one is a little bit longer, but the difficult part when I made this is the handles, because everything has fine details. There's a lot of little things here. My printers will handle it. This is all plastic, and I changed the design to take advantage of resin printers to print these things up here on top. But I really don't need to rely on the resin printer, and everything can be printed on a filament printer. I do need to see how to print the handles better, because the handles are round really, and the thing about the printers is that they fight against gravity. As the plastic comes out, it presses against the build plate, so one side is going to be flat. So if you have a round thing, at certain points, gravity is pulling down on the plastic, and then you end up having kind of a rough bottom part as it goes up. So one way that got around that was by using the resin printers. But resin, the thinner the part, gets more brittle. So that became tricky there. So, but I'll try to bring these things back because it is a nice prop, and it is a useful prop. And I do have a number of the pieces already done in resin. Let's see. Now that I want to, oh yeah, right here. So this is a resin one. casing. Everything else would just kind of plug in, and then the panels with the details would just plug in. But this stuff, this part here, you know, I'm able to print it with plastic. So I tried different ideas, you know, like for example, a more robust plastic version, and for a little bit more was a resin one for better details, depending on what a person wanted to do. And but I think I'm moving uh, further and further away from the resin printers on doing everything, and I'm going to rely more on the filament ones for doing the details. But yeah, I do want to bring those back. You know, I spent a lot of time designing and redesigning and redesigning. I don't want to just keep the models to myself. I want to get them out there. It's just it is a difficult piece to actually do. It's a challenge, really. Okay, I'll have to see about getting them. But yeah, let's see. I might have a piece laying around that I might be able to show. Let's see, is it here? Nah, I must have it elsewhere. Well, maybe for next time that will be something to show. So more things are on the way, and more things will be hitting the store. I've been doing a lot of the neon green laser cuts. So I mean, I got a lot of these things done. So these are going out. A lot of these are going out this coming week. Let's see, tomorrow Friday. So my next run to the post office will be on Saturday. And what I'm mostly doing now in preparation is like this black part here. I'm working on these things. The laser cut takes 15, 13 minutes. Actually, depending, this one, the shipped one, is about 10 minutes. It does an engraving. Can't really see the detail, but this one's got a cargo ship and an oil tanker. And so these really take minutes, you know, like 10 minutes. And then if I do 4 of them at a time, you know, 40 minutes. I could do 6 of them in one sheet. But what takes time is the plastic part. Just to do this takes 40 minutes, and then I have to put it into the machine for smoothing the layer lines, and then it takes at least 24 hours just before I could actually start touching them again. 2 days to really be comfortable to handle them, that it won't leave fingerprints or other things. The other thing that that plastic needs time to cure to prevent is when the 2 plastics go through the process to remove the layer lines, they remain tacky and sticky for at least 24 hours. But still, I like to give another extra day, because they do, if they come in contact, they may feel like they don't have any tackiness to it. But if I walk away and it come back, let's say 30 minutes later, the 2 parts are stuck. And then I have to pry them apart. And then the quality of the surface might show a little bit of where the two parts stuck together. So it requires sanding and reprocessing. So I try to leave at least 2 days before putting them into the bag, because when you seal up the bag, it keeps whatever. It doesn't have harmful vapor. It's just it keeps whatever it requires from evaporating. And then when I put into the box, I don't want it to end up touching and then fusing, so that by the time a customer gets it, they take it out of the bag, and it's fused together. So I'm trying to use extra time. Now let's see. Oh, hey, thanks. Yeah, I guess part of the thing about DieWarriors is just to show. Well, one of the it's not the mission statement, but one of the early goals with DieWarriors was, well, one of the very, very early goals was, I was working on a diorama, and I was thinking, because I was working with foam, and so I was using the florist type foam to do some carving, and I was putting like spacklethine on top to kind of give a stronger surface. So I was working with all of this material, and I'm thinking to myself, this is all good and everything, but I know if I take this wall, this item that I'm working on, and I break it down and I put it into a box for storage, I know by the next time I open up that box, even if the box didn't really move very much, it's going to get full of dust. Not dust, but it's going the pieces are going to start to deteriorate just by themselves. So this floral foam is, that was going to just break down into a dusty substance anyway. And so I'm thinking to myself, okay, I got straws for piping, I got wooden dowels here and there to keep things together. Eventually, with enough movement, those dowels are going to shift around and get loose. The straws are going to bend and kink and maybe even get loose. So no matter what I'm doing, it's for a very finite time. And of course, everything you do is for a finite time in this life. But floral foam is not going to last very long if you're handling it. And if you just leave it alone, it'll last longer, but it'll still break down. So I was thinking, okay, well, it would be nice to be able to do these things in some sort of plastic, some sort of material that can last longer than a few months or a couple of years. It'd be nice to, if you were able to drop the piece, it's not going to break. It would be nice if you could put the stuff inside of a box, move cross country, come back, open it up, even though things may have shifted or tumbled or something, it's not in pieces. It's durable. So I'm looking for something durable. And then I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm going to take photos and I'm going to put pictures up on a website. And then people are going to, if someone likes it, they're going to ask, well, how did I do it? And some person might ask, well, can I do it for them? Or can I have an instruction on how they can reproduce it? So I'm thinking to myself, well, if people like it, they're going to ask how to do it so they can do it themselves. So what if I made it easier? What if I got more into 3D printing and did it in a way where a person can, if they like what I did, I can just have a machine duplicate it and present that person their own. So little by little, that was the very beginning thought of forming DieWarriors. And of course, DioWarriors, the name, diorama warrior, because coming from a background of taking pictures on the diorama stuff for a Dio story or something, it's all about the diorama. So if you have a figure collection, you're you're well, if you're doing a diorama and you have a figure collection, chances are you have more than just G.I. Joe or more than just Star Wars. Um, if you doing a diorama thing, you're probably going to have an archive of figures for different settings. You may have monster figures for creatures. You may have Indiana Jones figures for Arabs. A Middle East setting. Uh, so you know, or for example, if you're looking for civilians, you may use the Marauder Task Force with their business suits, or you'll combine them, or you'll work with using the cowboys and using the cowboys as civilians. So the thing is that chances are, if you're doing things for photos in a diorama setting, you probably have more than one figure line that you're tapping into for different settings, different things. So that was the other thing about diorama warriors, that you're incorporating other figures into your diorama, and they may not be all 1/18 scale. They might be other scales, just as long as it looks good with what you're doing. Same thing with the vehicles. So, well, let's see. Try to see who else is here. Um, okay, we'll probably keep the stream going for a few more minutes, really, and mostly because I'm running out of things to say. So, if you got some questions, or let's see, oh hey, look at this. Yeah. Are you going to do the tactical table with the woman? Yes, I am. The last thing I know, that question was asked last week. I'm going to bring it back. One thing I was working on when I stopped was doing the world map on acrylic that had two colors. So I was thinking with a table in black with the green neon. So I have these little neon screens. They're kind of triangular, sci-fi looking. They go good with the tactical table. But what goes better with the tactical table is the color. So if you have like black and green, the color, the neon green, works well with the black. So I've been doing a lot of displays with the neon green with a black, whatever, black computer, black table, black console. So I was thinking two things. What if I did a tactical table with the world map in neon green, the whole thing? Or, because that's quite a bit. Or what if I were to do the world map in some sort of acrylic that was either white or black? They have these acrylics that the top surface might be black, the inside color would be white. So when you engrave on the outside, when you remove the outer color, you reveal the inside color. So there's different ones out there. Some of them are transparent on the inside, and they have a opaque layer on top. So if I were to remove the if I were to engrave the world map on it, I will be exposing the clear layer or a color layer like black or white. So I was wondering if it would be a good idea to have a tactical table in a map that's not just in clear, but in some other color. So the last where I left off, and I was testing that, and but that was going to be the upgrade to the store. I was going to have the next version of the tactical table with a map that you can have different choices of, and also have computers with these type of displays that you can mount to the table. But yeah, I need to bring that back also. I probably will bring back the tactical table this week then. I may just take a styrene sheet and just spray paint it and do a test and just remove the spray paint parts and grade that away, exposing the styrene sheet underneath. So I may do that just to do the experiment rather than waiting for an order of the specialty acrylics to come in. I tell you, when you do a lot of talking, the voice gets dry, and probably juice is not the best thing for a dry throat. You know, probably should be water. Let's see. Getting back to the store real fast, just to quickly look. Um, so that's where I left off there. Some containers. I know there's been some interest with the tech canisters. I have a lot of the tech canisters that I do need to bring. I do need to return. These are just the latest ones. They come out good in the specialty filament that I have. I need to adjust some of the older canisters so they print with the specialty filament. Usually that means I need to add a little bit more details. But yeah, I need to bring back the tech canisters. They would look good also in a laboratory scene because they don't look like your typical um, canister, really. This is one of the first ones that I ever did. And they do look good. I probably won't bring back for a while the one that has a window, mostly because I don't want to have to use the resin printer to print the resin window part. But if I could come up with an alternative, such as using a plastic sheet, like a transparency sheet as the inside window, yeah, I'll see about that then. So let's see. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, I can't. I do have more blue plastic for this, so I do have an inventory of blue that I'm about to run out. So But I do print them on demand when the need arises. I have blue that I'll have to start printing some more blue ones. I have yellow. The yellow ones actually look pretty good. I had some orange. I don't think I have the orange ones anymore, but um, and I do have white. And the white ones do look good for a laboratory, especially if you can put like a biohazard or an or a radioactive type of sticker or something like that on there. That would look good with it. I have to see about getting some water slide decals. Yeah, that's something I could do this week, I guess. I could do. I could get some water slide decals. Gosh, the sheets, the paper, probably in clear. So I think Testers sells the sheets with a white opaque background or a clear background, and I could see about using an inkjet to print the decal, spray it with a clear coat to kind of seal it in, and then use the laser cutter to just cut the areas that are needed. And yeah, so things like this could have little decals for biohazard or radioactivity, that kind of thing. Cans. Barrels, classic barrel, the wooden barrels. I like these because I've been printing them in wood. We've got some right here. Oh, let me switch back. So this is actual wood, so you can varnish it and see the inside. So you can varnish it and paint it. Sounds like plastic because it's not 100% wood. It's like I don't remember the ratio. It's like 30% or 70% wood, something like that. But real wood. Yes. And okay, one more item to do. Let's see, what's this? I got a bunch of the bleach bottles. I still have these yellow ones I need to trim. But yeah, bleach bottles are a pretty good item. The jerry cans are not good items, I think. Um, Go back to this. And I am making an effort to finalize the robot arm. There was a few items that were challenging, but I think I've overcome it. Um, I'm still relying on resin print for this, but it's a flexible plastic resin, so the pincer part can open up, and can grip something. So, but I am bringing this back. The previous version was available. This is a longer version, and what I do want to show off with it is a lab in the VSS, because this long one, you can actually have it mounted on the ceiling, and so it can reach down from the ceiling and do things and go back up. And the other thing too is I am currently working on a large version of the robot arm for vehicle or a mech, that kind of size for maintenance, not for mounting on a mech, but like for example, if you're working on in a motor pool kind of thing, maybe something like a large robot arm, there, that kind of setting. And I do have plans on doing other types of cyber lab type props. One one thing I am working on, but I had to put it aside because I just got busy with other things, is like a scanner. So the idea is a figure gets scanned, and whether it's a vertical security scan or something where the figure can lay down on an examination table and have a machine put right next to for scanning. Not quite sure, but the last one that I worked on is a vertical scanner, and so I am working on something like that. And I'm still kind of looking around for other sci-fi type settings, type things that I can use in the cyber lab. Okay. Command consoles. Working on these. I'm going to be releasing soon the companion to Command Console A. It'll be the other parts that connects the two that connects other consoles. So that's coming up soon. Just that I'm trying to get a couple more items in inventory before I release the next one. Weapons. Okay. This one is coming up soon. And what the holdback is just designing this part, the leg part, is that it's the leg part that I have done. I'm not happy with it, so I just need to just kind of design it a little bit different, and I should be happy with it afterwards. But it's a long piece. I don't have one here to show, so next week, I'll have to show that. Okay, so it's under weapons. I don't think I have anything under projectiles. Nope, nothing yet. Anything here? Yeah. I'm going to have to redesign this part. Oh, hey, look. Oh, yeah, the resin one. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to get with this. I realized that. So. Go back. Super weapons. Nope. Mines. Nope. Actually, I don't really know why I have mines category there. Workshop. So you can. Well. Oh yeah. So a lot of these things are out. I would like to convert these from resin into a plastic. I need to put this one back. I have some items in inventory, so I wasn't aware that this one had sold out. So I'm going to put this one back right away. I got to see if I have any of these items left in inventory. I don't think so. Yeah, all of these I can print on demand, so these print really good actually. I do like, in particular, I like these two sizes. Platforms. Okay, I gotta print more of those. Actually, I got some interesting filament uh, a couple weeks ago, and I kind of wish I had another machine that I could set up just to do this with this filament. It's a filament that has aluminum uh, powder in it, so there's a ratio of plastic and aluminum. So I haven't printed with it yet. I have seen people who have posted what they have done with it. It looks just like aluminum. At least that's what I saw. So things like the catwalk, they do look good in yellow and the gray and the dark gray. I have a printer for the dark gray. It has a slight metallic look. So I need to put the file on that printer, and I'll be able to print these in this dark color soon. Um, but like I said, I would like to get another printer dedicated to just doing to using this aluminum filament. Because one thing that I noticed, okay, is when you have a floor grate that's an actual grate that you could actually see through it, you could put a colored background underneath it, or a light, or even have it on the ceiling and have light shining through it from above. It gives a nice play on shadows from above. And if you have it on the floor, if the light is just right and you have like some other color that you can see um, through the openings, you can, if the grate is just right with the right type of light at the right angle, it looks fantastic. Sometimes I've taken a little bit of silver paint, and I just highlight the tops of the grate just to kind of give that shine when it comes to when it comes to using the lights. But I'm thinking, if the aluminum filament works well, then this should be an awesome prop to have in a hallway or corridor, catching the light just right and having that gleam, that little shine. That should be very interesting to see. And see, that's on the workshop. Urban, I haven't been around on the urban stuff in a while. Yeah, the barrier stuff was taking time. I had to take them off because they were just taking too much time from doing the other items that I had to do. But I do need to put them back. Okay. Oh, okay. Another question. I'm glad. Actually, I have one here. I have a yellow one here. I made an improvement also with it, and I noticed like this yellow one is fine, but I noticed not all plastics like to get printed this thin. They get very very oh maybe nope, wrong one. So let's see, this is how this one looks next to a figure. So Dimensions. Around 60 millimeters and 50 millimeters. And it's about 2.5 millimeters thick. The frame part that goes around is a little bit, makes it a little bit wider. And but yeah, so I'll put it up again so you can see. How it is underneath. So yeah, it's basically enough to use as a catwalk. I think that was what it was originally designed for, a catwalk. And so I guess you could say in a catwalk, two people can kind of squeeze by, but it's not meant to, it's not meant for two people to walk side by side. So it's very small and narrow. Yes, those are coming back. Um, this the printer that's doing the Harpoon in this color. Just give you an example. This is the gray that I tend to use for everything. So this one is slightly darker gray with a more of a metallic shine to it, a little sheen. So it'll be in this color. The machine that's doing this one, I'm going to set aside to do those catwalk grates, floor grates. So it'll be in this color. And I don't have any on hand with me right now, but I printed some grates using that color last week, and I used it in a different project. It actually looks pretty good. So I want to do some more of that. Now, the other thing too is that when it's in this color, you could also take a little bit of silver paint and just kind of touch up the top areas, and having a slightly darker plastic with a silver highlight on top should probably do a nice little highlight in terms of the light. If you were to shine some light above and take a photo or something, you probably have this little play of a shine, a little gleam along the top. So something like that might give a nice little eye candy for someone to see. So it should work well with that plastic, that colored plastic. Should work well. Let's see. Go to. Let me bring up the So okay, let's go. Oh yeah, so I'm at the kits, complete kits. Let's take a look real fast. I am bringing this back. I have these ready to go. I have these ready to go. Oh wait. I forgot to show. Okay. Yeah. So I have the shooting range ready to go. And yeah, I am bringing these back. Probably will bring them back this coming week. Probably be coming next week or so. And all the items are there ready for shipping. Really, I have approximately 50 of them printed, and they do come with laser cut parts. Okay, that's just the render there. Can't really see it because of the color on this. but they do come with an acrylic that looks like aluminum. So although this part here might change, I have to go in and take a look. But I do have a number of pieces. But this here, this comes like standard. This one is like it's a it's an acrylic that has two colors. The top part is a brushed aluminum, and so it really gives a sense of metal. And I'm taking this idea and I'm applying it to other props, other consoles that are out there that I'm doing. So little by little, you'll see more and more aluminum surfaces on the DioWarriors props. Gun display wall. I am almost ready to introduce another gun display wall, and one with I don't want to say it's a cabinet because I'm undecided if it's going to be if it's going to open, but it's a cabinet like part in front. So the idea is you should be able to use it side by side with the standard gun display wall. Yeah. The workbench table works pretty good actually with many different things. Computer kits. Yeah, I gotta print two more of these this week, and I want to come up with another design, something a little bit bigger, and so I got more ideas on this one on battlefield type drones. I have more ideas coming up. Just that it takes time. Oh yeah, there was something else I wanted to talk about, but I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, this actually turned out to be. This one came out actually better than I thought when I was doing it. I'm actually pleased with this one, and it's leading to other ideas, but more about that later. Let me in terms of the VSS. Yeah, this was something I wanted to talk about once Victor was able to show up, but let's see, he wasn't able to come tonight, and I guess a few other people I was expecting also could not make it. I have to check. I'll have to check my private messages to see, but see what happened. But anyways, one thing I wanted to show, but I guess I'll leave it for next time, is I call it is the VSS that I've been working on. I could show some pictures. I don't have any pictures that I could just easily like post here and there. So, but I do have pictures on the store, in the store's blog. So let me just jump there real fast. This. Oh, I can't click on it. So VSS 002 is my VSS, and unlike many others out there, it's a space carrier. So I'm just winging this as I go along, really. I have no real plan other than get it done. And I'm trying to get it done by Joe Fest next year. So as a space carrier, the VSS itself is a very excellent project. One, if you have a lot of vehicles, the VSS is a place to store them. It's large enough that you can use it as a shelf. You can stack the lower deck, which is one of these. You can stack them up as high as you need. Each one basically being a way to display vehicles or figures. So with me, because I am running out of space, you can see a little bit here. You know, I got stuff, too too much stuff that I need to get rid of in one way or the other. And I rather just make them available in the store rather than throw them away because they're good stuff. And so what I'm trying to do is use the VSS 002 in particular as a means to kind of show some of the props and things that I do. Since I do mostly sci-fi, I was thinking, well, I can make something like a space carrier. So 002 is my space carrier. And what I'm doing with it is I'm adding areas that I can display the types of props that I have. For example, I have an engine room in design right now. I'll have to update the blog article maybe tomorrow or so to show the engine room part. And I got a lot of props that will work well for an engine room. So I need an engine room to display them. So we'll use that. I also have a number of props that will work well for a hallway or a corridor. So I went ahead and started to alter the starboard and port side of the VSS to use a corridor. So I'm making these little walkways, and I can't just rotate the object here right now, but I'm making some walkways. It'll extend to right about here. So on both sides, it's going to have an airlock at some point. Probably back here will be an airlock. It'll probably stick out a little bit. The front part, which will be up here, will have like maybe some weapon systems mounted to it. Maybe some cannons. Maybe the cannons could be mounted back here. I'm thinking of putting some sort of weapon station. Maybe if I don't go with the big cannons, maybe it could be a smaller weapon system. I do need to find a location where I can mount my own Harpoon missile system. Maybe on the upper flight decks, left and right, starboard and ports of the bridge. The primary flight deck of the VSS goes up to about here. So that means I have all of this vacant that I'll be able to add new stuff. And I'm thinking things like missile silos and other kinds of weapons. I need to come up with an idea for the front of the VSS now, because I don't want to just put a door, and I don't want to just close this off, flat. So I'm thinking maybe some sort of maybe extend this area a bit further and put some sort of angled front piece. I'm not quite sure yet. But the engine room part is going to stick out about up to here. So it'll be about 2 feet more towards the back. And I got these lights. Let me plug this one in and you get to see. Ooh. So let me switch back to this. And so, this one can change the direction of the flames, and the flames going up. Not flames going up like that. So the idea is that I'll put it like this on the side, just laying like this in the thruster area. And so it'll be, in a tube about so large, and probably about this long. And so I'll have two of these mounted on the back of the VSS. And it'll be an interesting effect. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. Oh, the print finished. Hey, I get to show you. I get to show everyone this. Okay. Here's the tricky part. Let me see. Oh, not that one. All right, let's see. Let me get a knife. In a little while, I'll start another print. So this one took 12 hours and 1 minute. Let me see. Oh, good. Everything came out really nice. Look at that. Okay. So, oh, look at that. Just gotta break this off. Yeah, better. So not too bad at all. So this is a walkway that I'm using to extend on the VSS. Let's bring that back up to show. So it's one of these walkway pieces. It's just a frame, so it'll be several of these, along the starboard and port side. So I still need to do a floor part on top, sides, everything. But you can see, this is basically, it's going to be a walkway. So the floor will be we'll raise the figure about this tall. So there's a lot of extra room here, but I need space to put LED lights and other things, because in a spaceship, probably just like in a submarine, there's always something on the ceiling. You try to make use of as much space as you can. So I might put something like an AC duct, computer equipment, tubing, as well as some LED lights. So there's like 2 inches space that I'll be able to work with. So even though it might seem like he has a lot of headroom, that headroom is going to get less. So looks like two figures can stand side by side comfortably. I still need to put a thicker bulkhead that will come up to be about 20 millimeters thick, so it'll be about up to here, and probably angle upwards like that. So there's going to be some bulkheads. So of course the figure won't be able to get this close to the edge of the the walkway because the bulkhead will be there. So figure's going to be up to here. This one is a longer version of the hallway. Usually the shorter version, it ends right here. There will be another beam going up. So at this point, this is just another area here for other things, such as besides another bulkhead. It'll be an area where I can put a console or something off the side. Perhaps have some sort of weapon, appear here, or or something like that. So more equipment to could be mounted on the inside there. I'm just thinking. So what you see in the picture with the VSS there, it's this type of frame that you see, but there's other kinds. So as I print the other frames and I get things ready, you'll see the frame shapes changing, so it won't always look so uniform on the VSS. Give you an example. One of the things I need to work on is the airlock. So, this would be kind of small if the airlock was just in this space here. So what I intend to do is have another smaller frame connect to kind of extend the airlock about here, like this much. And so I'm still kind of thinking out loud, but I'm thinking this additional space on this frame, I can use it to kind of reinforce the airlock portion. So between two frames, between one frame and the other frame, I could have an airlock piece in between. So anyway, that's what I'm kind of thinking about. Well, it is going on to 2 hours. And originally I was hoping to just, do it at the most 1 hour because I am dead tired. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I've been getting some very little sleep lately. I've been going to sleep at 4 a.m. Yesterday was 5 a.m. Mostly because I'm dealing with these pieces. This one finished a bit faster, about 12 hours, but usually they take around 13 hours. So I've been getting up to come in and inspect to see if everything's okay, and then going back to sleep, getting up again to come in and inspect. So it's been taking a toll, and right now I feel kind of like, heavy eye kind of thing. So with that said, I'm just going to wait till it rounds up to a solid 2 hours, and then I'm going to call it for the night. And we can take a look at the rest of the DioWarriors store later on, maybe next week. I hope to have some additional blog stuff, so there should be more progress. And keep in mind that the next thing I'm going to be doing will be the engine room for it, and I'm going to try to use regular wood rather than the MDF at that point. So when you take a look at the pictures that I'll be posting, it might look kind of like I'm using sheets of wood and other sheets of wood to kind of like laminate on top to give us some strength. So it may not look so good in the pictures. With that said, it's mostly because I'm trying not to make holes in the VSS itself. Because if other people want to duplicate and do what I'm doing, I don't want them to have to, use tools that they may not have. They may not have a drill, they may not have a saw. So I don't want people to like, hey, I want to do what DioWarriors is doing, but I don't have this machine, I don't have that machine. It's going to cost me $60 to get this jigsaw. It's going to cost me $84 to get this other. So, just to do what DioWarriors is doing. So I want to make it easy for people. So I'm trying to do it in a way where I can attach things with very little hole making in the VSS. So if I can use glue, I'd rather use glue, because everyone can get access to glue, liquid nails in particular, or some other thing. Okay. Thanks for sticking with this video for this long, everyone who's still here. With that, I'm going to start wrapping it up. Wasn't expecting to be just me tonight, really. So I had more items ready to show and things, but doing the entire stream myself, my mind kind of went scattered. Thank you for the questions. They really help, and they really help move things forward. I get it becomes topic to talk about, and well, thanks. So with that said, to help the channel grow, if you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe there. It's from what I hear, the subscription helps the channels to grow, and the likes tend to show the videos on searches. So they both help, like and subscribe. And I'll see everybody again, God willing, next week. Probably Thursday, if not Friday. And let me know if there might be a better day. Maybe it'd be better to do it on Wednesday or something like that. So, okay. Live long and prosper, and have a great week and a great weekend. Thank you. Ending broadcast now. Boom.